At 99 years old, he is still dancing. Not in memory, not in archival footage, but alive, moving, and present in a world that has long forgotten most of the people who shaped him. His presence alone warms the room, a quiet testament to endurance and joy. The public remembers the smiling entertainer, the one who made millions feel at ease. Yet the man behind the smile lived a life of struggle, loss, and rediscovery. To understand the depth of his story, we must begin at the beginning in a small Missouri town where dreams felt distant, but the stage promised visibility. Childhood of quiet distance. Born on December 13, 1925 in West Plains, Missouri, he grew up in a home marked by stability but sparse in warmth. His father, a charming and restless travelling salesman, was often absent, while his mother held the household together quietly, unnoticed, until absence made it obvious. Alongside his younger brother, he navigated a childhood where affection was measured and infrequent. There were no dramatic conflicts or explicit neglect, only a persistent emotional distance. From this environment of quiet restraint, he learned the subtle truth. In a house where visibility was not guaranteed, he would have to create his own. Discovery through performance. From an early age, performance became his refuge. A well-timed face, an exaggerated stumble, a mimic of voice or gesture. Each act of comedy made him seen, validated, and present. He was not seeking applause so much as recognition, the essential acknowledgement that he existed. Obsessed with the works of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy, he dissected their timing, silence, and precision. Comedy, he understood instinctively, was architecture. Each joke required care, timing, and patience. By 11, he was thinking like a craftsman, learning to turn humour into structure, to make human connection through the delicate mechanics of laughter. The war years. In 1944, at 18, he was drafted into the United States Army Air Forces during World War II. He hoped to fly planes but failed the physical requirements. Instead, he became a radio operator and later a staff sergeant, entertaining troops through the American Forces Network. While he did not see combat, he recognized the importance of laughter in the midst of fear. Performance, he realized, was not frivolous. It was necessary. The war taught him the transformative power of bringing joy into uncertainty, a lesson that no formal education could have offered. He returned home in 1946 with no money or connections, but unshakable certainty. Struggle and persistence. The late 1940s and early 1950s were years of grinding struggle. The entertainment industry demanded experience he did not yet possess, and rejection became routine. He tried radio announcing in Atlanta, Georgia, only to be let go. He formed a comedy duo, performing in small clubs where attention was scarce. Yet he continued, driven by a stubborn belief in his own visibility on stage. Every no reinforced his determination. Persistence, he learned, was more than endurance. It was self-discovery. Each failure clarified his craft and his identity, preparing him for the eventual breakthrough that would change both his career and the way the world saw him. Early success and recognition. Eventually, his talent could no longer be ignored. Television brought him into millions of households where his physical comedy and precise timing became beloved. His performances resonated because they combined technical mastery with genuine warmth. The audience loved him not despite his flaws, but because they were present and acknowledged. He understood the alchemy of performance, joy created through authenticity, connection, and humanity. Success, however, did not erase personal struggles. Behind the laughter were years of sacrifice, quiet battles, and the ongoing search to reconcile the public persona with the private self. personal struggles, fame did not shield him from hardship. Addiction crept in, nearly consuming the life he had built with so much care. His marriage of 36 years ended under the weight of personal and relational strain. Yet he survived. Sobriety became an excavation of identity, a slow uncovering of the self beneath decades of avoidance. Rediscovery was neither simple nor linear. It required patience, courage, and a willingness to confront pain honestly. Through these trials, he learned that performance and joy were not merely outward acts, they were practices, daily commitments to authenticity and to being fully present, even in the face of past failures. Reinvention and later love. At 86, decades into a life of performance and recovery, he found what had been missing: deep, enduring love. Reinvention was not limited to career or sobriety, but extended to personal fulfillment. The resilience that had carried him through war, rejection, and addiction now facilitated a new chapter, one in which joy and companionship existed without compromise. Age did not diminish his spirit, instead it enriched it, layering experience, empathy, and depth onto a life already extraordinary. He continued to perform, dance, and share warmth, demonstrating that reinvention and love are not confined to youth, but are possibilities throughout the human lifespan. Legacy of joy. His influence endures beyond technical mastery or cultural relevance. The television shows, films, and stage performances continue to be studied and cherished by generations of audiences and performers. Mary Poppins introduced children to magic through his craft. His physical comedy became a textbook for those seeking to understand the interplay of precision, timing, and human warmth. His legacy is not a series of accolades, but a testament to the transformative power of authenticity. He exemplifies how flaws acknowledged and embraced, combined with relentless commitment, can create a life that uplifts others while remaining deeply human. The art of authenticity. His story illustrates a rare truth. True artistry emerges from living fully, with both joy and struggle. Performance was never mere entertainment. It was a medium for connection, recognition, and expression. From the earliest club stages to television screens across the nation, he gave himself entirely to his audience. His work demonstrates that the greatest performers are not those technically flawless, but those willing to be fully seen, wholly present, and genuinely human. Recognition is earned not through perfection, but through honesty, vulnerability, and a commitment to creating moments that illuminate the lives of others. A life well lived now. At 99, he lives beside the ocean, with decades of laughter, love, loss, and triumph behind him. The Pacific waves mirror the rhythms of a life fully experienced, unpredictable, deep, and endlessly enduring. Few regrets remain, not because mistakes were absent, but because each choice, failure, and triumph contributed to the person he has become. He has proven that joy is not a reward for success, but a daily, intentional practice. His life embodies the principle that persistence, authenticity, and generosity of spirit are the true measures of both art and humanity. Conclusion. The performance continues. The most eloquent act of his life is ongoing, still moving, still dancing, still warming rooms simply by existing. He demonstrates the enduring power of human presence and commitment. His story is not just about performance or fame, but about resilience, reinvention, and the daily choice to bring joy into the world. At 99, he embodies the truth that life, even with its setbacks, continues to offer opportunity for connection, fulfillment, and authentic expression. In every gesture, step, and smile, he performs the greatest lesson that to live fully is the most profound art of all.